Okay, take a piss real quick. Backseat rolling on the backstreet, yeah. Damn me pulling on the backseat, yeah. Oh, man, it might be a dead night tonight, boys. I might get off early. Pause. You put my shit in the backseat, rolling on the backstreet, yeah. Got me, put me in the backseat, yeah. Let's see what happens when this goes. Yeah, see, I need LED lights around this to kind of light this up. That's what I need. Put me in the backseat, yeah. Yeah. Like, there needs to be lights up here shining down on the fragrances. That's what needs to happen. So we have this. What could this do? Rolling on the back street, yeah. Got me, put me on the back street, yeah. You move my shoe. Back street, rolling on the back street, yeah. So like if this was like right here. See, that's cool. That's freaking cool. So maybe I have some push lights sitting under here that like when you push them, it illuminates this area. Cause like this, that's like a good lighting system for, yeah. We're going to work on it, boys. We're going to continue to work and chip away and get y'all this great content. D Monster is crazy. What up, y'all? Hey, this is a quick live tonight, man. 30 minutes and I'm not playing. 30 minutes and I'm not playing. Q&A. Throw me y'all's fragrance questions. Maybe we can put this right here. Change the pace up for y'all. There we go. What up, Goat? What up, SoCal? There There he is. No, 20 minutes don't mean 3 hours tonight, Kale. I promise you, I got my timer right next to me this time. Because I'm on late tonight, as you guys can see. I'm on later than usual. So, wanted to hop on, say what's up to y'all for 30 minutes. I'm leaving at 11:30. No questions asked. What's your favorite NBA team? That is not a fragrance question, but today, who's my favorite team? I'm old school, man. My favorite teams growing up. I don't have a favorite team in today's modern league. All the teams look the freaking same. They all play speedball. There's no muscle anymore in the game. There's no finesse. There's no high-low. All the forwards are freaking guards. Back in the day, I used to love watching the Utah Jazz. My second cousin is Karl Malone. I like the old 90s Suns. Yeah, Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns. I got lucky. Joma Shop shipped my Ombre Noir today. Ordered on Friday. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I know I say this all the time, but I'm just constantly blown away by how good La Ligue is, man. Lin Sumi was my scent of the day today. And man, this is just so good. I mean, my gosh. I don't even care if it's an EDT and I had to spray it 100 times today. It was so good. And is this an eau de parfum? Thank God this is an eau de parfum. I know this one won't struggle with performance because it's a winter fragrance. But to be quite honest, I'm wearing it year-round. Mods, sweep up the nerds, please. Thank you. What fragrance is under $100 good for a 14-year-old? So many, man. So many. If you just want the fragrance that will last, well, the fragrance that has the best performance and you can wear it any occasion, out of the shower, to school, to work, on a date, without question, it's Eros EDT. This is the most complimented fragrance for women of all ages for any designer fragrance. The highest compliment rating, period. And for about $35 to $40, you can get 100 ml. Best all-around fragrance of all time in the designer category. 35, 40 bucks, 100 ml. That's a smoking deal. There's so many other fragrances you can rock, but that one will get you the most compliments, and it's versatile for any season, any reason, any age, any occasion. Are you able to describe Lin Sumi? Lin Sumi is a bit difficult. Let me grab a test strip. Gosh, it's almost as hard to describe as La Ligue White. It is a, gosh, one of the most unique fresh fragrances / office fragrances you'll ever find. It smells like, it's so simple. Lin Sumi smells like ice cold water. Fresh ice cold water, like ice meaning you get a cooling, watery sensation, very cold feeling, and like pine needles. Like, okay, picture like a freezing cold day. You know, it's like 50 degrees outside, breezy, and then rain starts coming down on top of pine needles. That's what it smells like. Watery, icy, super green, super photoreal pine needles. It has a little more complexity around it, you know, some citrus, some cold spice aspects of it, but it's very smooth. But the 80% of the DNA is wet, ice cold rainwater on pine needles. It's freaking good. It's like, man, so like this is a banging office fragrance. God, that's so good. Why do I keep going mute? Can you guys hear me now? Type in the chat if you hear me now. You guys do hear me now. Okay. Yeah, if I go mute again, just let me know. I'll try to mute and unmute myself. I don't know why it's doing that, guys. But yeah, Lalique is just the best office fragrance hands down, and a really good outdoors fresh casual. Wet, ice cold wet rainwater on super green, fresh, real in your face pine needles. That sounds very like conservative and old manny, but it is done in the most fresh way possible. It's really timeless. I know I went mute last night. That's why I just signed off, because I was already on for like 2 hours plus. Would Mancera Instant Crush be a good high school fragrance? Not really. Mancera Instant Crush is a great teenager and 20-year-old category fragrance. If you're 29 and under, it's an incredible fragrance, but it's not like an everyday wear. You can't wear Mancera Instant Crush just to school every day. That's like for a teenager slash 20-year-old, it's a date night fragrance. Anytime you're with the ladies, you put that on, you're gonna be a chick magnet, but you can't wear it casually, because then you won't have a signature fragrance anymore. When it comes to Lalique White versus Insumi, is there one you prefer? I think I prefer Linsumi for an office, and I prefer White for casual. But they're both super complex. White has more complexity to it. Like with Lalique White, you genuinely smell like 8 different notes in it, but they blend really well. Linsumi feels more like one-dimensional. Like there's like 2 or 3 superstar notes, you know, ice water on pine needles with a little bit of citrus. But for that reason, Lalique White could work in the office, but Linsumi is like made for the office. So Linsumi office, White for casual errand running. Lalique White feels a lot like what it takes all the best qualities of Platinum Egoise, and Mont Blanc Legend Spirit White Bottle, and makes just a way fresher, realer, non-synthetic version of all 3 of those. Thoughts on Givenchy Gentleman Only? It's good. Really good. Worth the money. What would you recommend for an everyday school cologne then? Eros. Eros EDT will be an amazing fragrance for you in high school, because you can wear it for anything. It's seductive. It's super fresh. It's sweet a little bit, but not overbearing. It's highly unique. And women compliment it more times than almost any fragrance on my shelf. Not on me. I'm a little old for Eros, but Eros still gets me compliments. Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir Parfum. Best date night fragrance. Top 5 easily. What's up, Greenlee? What's up, Shamil? Is Blue Noir an everyday wear? No. Date night only. Eros is a best any age, any season, any reason, any occasion fragrance. It's not just a winter fragrance. It's not just a date fragrance. It is notoriously rated a any reason fragrance. If you want it to be an out of the shower, cool. If you want it to be an errand runner, cool. If you want it to be a date night, sexy. The only thing that Eros can't do is dress up suit and tie. Do you have a good performing clone for Dior Homme Intense? I have 3. The cheapest one is for $13. This is Privé. Company's Privé, Prive, Illusion Intense. 9 out of 10. Then we have not Dior Homme Intense, but Dior Homme Parfum. This is the best 10 out of 10 Dior Homme Parfum clone. Gary's Den. And then lastly, the best 10 out of 10 clone of Dior Homme Intense is Cayenne Classic. And that's about 20 bucks. 10 out of 10, great performance, smells exactly like it. Absolutely incredible. What are your thoughts on Off Not Supremacy Collector's Edition and Supremacy Not Only Intense? Collector's Edition is better. If you want a better version of Supremacy Not Only Intense, get our Moth pre-show. This totally beats out Not Only Intense. So if you want Creed Aventus Absolute, you go this. If you want something closer to Nishane Hasavat, you go Collector's Edition. Anytime, Qatari. Scent of the day, Yaman Lail Elm Street. Okay. I actually have Lafayette Street over there. Ended with Equus. How you liking Equus, Greenlee? Did you spray it in the air like I told you? Smelled Polo Red Parfum today, and man, that was insane. Smelled like a fruit roll-up. Have you smelled yet? Yeah, I have. What's a good clone or close to Prada Ocean? Closest Prada Ocean clone is going to be Valencia Uomo Intense. $13. $13 for 100 ml. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. You ever smelled Bath & Body Works colognes? If so, thoughts? I think the only valid Bath & Body Works fragrance for men right now is Mahogany Woods. And even then, I think it's played out in very teenager smelling. Teenagers can get Mahogany Woods. But for the $20, $30 you'd pay for Mahogany Woods, there's infinite amount of fragrances that absolutely beat it out. Yeah, man, it's special, Green. Green, it's special. It's so, again, this is why I love Lalique. Such simple DNA structures, but so masculine and mature and timeless. They don't feel old school. They're not like niche fragrant level complexity. They're just, to me, clean cut, vibrant, masculine fragrances that you can wear anywhere. You know, Equus, you can wear errand running, you can wear to work, you can wear out with your girl, and you're just gonna smell clean and pristine, man. Vanilla Noir is good, but discontinued reminds me of Azzaro. Okay. I love Cayenne Classic, the dry down, but the opening is something I haven't gotten used to. Well, thankfully, the opening disappears very quickly. You got any discounted designers that you wish you had more of? No. Any discontinued fragrance I already have. Banana Republic Arctic Slate, discontinued. Best Invictus Aqua DNA. discontinued. I have 2 more. Dang, which ones do I have that are discontinued? Linsumi is basically discontinued. It only pops up here and there. I have like 1 more. I just don't know where it is. Discontinued Marc Jacobs by Marc Jacobs. Discontinued, a better clone of Encre Noir original is Bois Noir. A much better version of Encre Noir original black. Do you happen to know a good clone of Naxos? I think the Naxos clone is Vo Elegante from Paris Corner. Look that up. And I think it's $30 or $40. What's the cheapest and best smelling cologne for teens to buy under $50? Versace Eros EDT, $35 to $40 for 100 ml. My brother sprayed it. Nice, Kale. Interesting, Greenlee. Is Atlas strong? Is Atlas Latafa strong? It has a salt note. What is salt supposed to smell like? Salt. The salt note is supposed to come off as salt water. It mixes with the oak moss and makes this very earthy ocean water, ocean salt water type of accord. Atlas is nuclear. I just sent my bottle of Atlas to a viewer, and he sprayed 1 test strip and said he can't get the smell of Atlas out of his room off of 1 spray. LeBeau Paradise Garden versus Born in Roma Intense for spring. Born in Roma, easily. Thoughts on Asylum by FOMO, one of the best fragrances of all time, and easily the best clone of Elysium out on the current market, over Imperium and better than Trillium as well. Best teen fragrances, just get Eros. There's a ton of fragrances under $50 for teenagers that are amazing, but start with Eros. Paradise Garden or Valentino? Valentino, without question. What's a good school pickup for me? If you know my taste yet or what I might like, let me know if you need more info. I probably do, but best fragrances for school. If you want a ladies' fragrance, get Zanzibar for date nights. Get FOMO Fragheads Asylum for every day. Get Iconic for every day. Get Ferragamo Bright Leather for if you're dressing up with a collared shirt or you want to be slightly formal. Really, those 3 would do you very well. Zanzibar for date night, Elysium, and really Zanzibar is like $30, so you might as well spend $35 and go Eros. So I would go Versace Eros EDT, FOMO Fragheads Asylum, and Ferragamo Bright Leather. You have a formal fragrance, a date night fragrance, and an everyday wear fragrance. And you can get all 3 of those fragrances for under $100 total. Thoughts on Jimmy Choo or Coach? Jimmy Choo Man Original is the best Jimmy Choo fragrance. It beats Ice, Aqua, and Man Intense and Urban Man. What's up, Rockin' Cool Water EDT? Okay. Ultimate Boy Toy Frag, probably off and on 9 p.m. Have you tried Cognac Blaze? You know what's so crazy, Shamil? I picked up, I didn't buy it, but I was in a store today and they were selling Cognac Blaze, and the only reason I didn't buy it is because I was looking up reviews of it and they were split down the middle. So quite honestly, with my collection, this will easily replace Cognac Blaze. Lalique Ombre Noir. This will take out Cognac Blaze very quickly. And this is only maybe 30, 40 bucks, 100 ml. So, yeah, this beats out Cognac Blaze in a heartbeat. Best long-lasting fresh fragrance, Eros EDT. What would you say is the most controversial accord in fragrance? Probably oak moss. Probably oak moss. It's so polarizing that only grown men enjoy it. Teenagers and 20-year-olds tend to smell oak moss and think a fragrance smells too old manish. Have you tried any fragrance du bois? No, I haven't. Yeah, that's expensive, Joe. Yeah, Vo Elegante. Okay, so I was right. Jimmy Choo Man has notes of pink pepper, pineapple, and suede. Interesting. Well, the most interesting note in Jimmy Choo is cantaloupe. So picture, if you want to know what Jimmy Choo Man smells like, it smells like YSL Loam, but with cantaloupe. And I would say a little bit more pepper. It's YSL Loam with cantaloupe and a touch of white pepper. Lalique is the GOAT. I got a decant of Wajan. It's amazing, but my skin eats it up so fast so it doesn't last. Maybe the original bottle sprayer just dumps more on. Even overspraying doesn't stick. Joe, so my recommendation for you, buddy, is instead of overspending on Wajan, get Fragrance World's Legion. You can only get it on tripletraders.com, and you'll type Legion, Legion. It is a 10 out of 10 clone of Wajan, and it has 10 hours plus of performance. So it's an amazing clone. It nails the DNA of Wajan, and it's an incredible performer. And even if your skin sucks it up, it still outperforms original Wajan. So it's going to be your best shot at a 10-hour plus fragrance. So pick up, I think it's Fragrance World, but don't quote me on that. But if you just type Legion, Legion, on tripletraders.com, you'll find that fragrance for about 35 to 40 bucks. And it is a 10 out of 10 perfectly accurate clone of Wajan. I love Wajan. I have the original Wajan, and I have Legion, and so I can validate the accuracy. Is it a good school cop for less than 55? CK Shock, Perry Ellis? No. No, Donnie. For 35, 40 bucks, get Versace Eros EDT. For you get 100 ml, so a large bottle for 35, 40 bucks, and it will absolutely annihilate CK Shock, Perry Ellis, and Guess. How's Azzaro Chrome and which version? I'm not a big fan of Chrome. There's too many silver metallics that beat it. Club de Nuit Iconic beats it. Off Non Supremacy Silver. So Off Non Supremacy in Heaven Silver beats it. Mahir Legacy Silver beats it. But if you want to stick with Azzaro, even though it doesn't smell like chrome, I would get Azzaro Most Wanted by Night Parfum or Azzaro Most Wanted Parfum and just leave it at that. Either of those two. My favorite right now is Instant Crush. Have you tried it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a decant of Instant Crush. It's not my favorite from the Mancera line, so I never bought it. I don't have a lot of utility for a date night fragrance. I have too many date night fragrances behind me. But Instant Crush is one that I recommend for anybody 29 and under. If you're 30 and up, it'll still work, but there's a lot more better fragrances to consider. Even from the line of Mancera that beat out Instant Crush. Pearl, Jardin Exclusive, yeah, Pearl and Jardin Exclusive annihilate Instant Crush. But Instant Crush is very good. I have nothing but good things to say about Instant Crush. It is a chick magnet. Just asking, you got a mature female affordable fragrance, something fruity and sweet. A mature female affordable fragrance. Yeah, I would say for females right now, my wife's really enjoying YSL Libre EDP. What were your first 3 colognes you ever got? First 3 colognes I ever got was Gio Armani Eau de Toilette. This is the Eau de Parfum. So the Eau de Toilette is the frosted white bottle. That was one of my first fragrances I ever had. This is the original bottle of the first fragrance I ever had, Marc Jacobs by Marc Jacobs. This is the same bottle I used in the year 2002. So Marc Jacobs by Marc Jacobs. Nautica Voyage. This isn't my original bottle. This is a new formulation. I just have this as a collector's item, basically, but I wore Nautica Voyage. And then lastly, 4th fragrance that I wore in high school was Versace Dreamer. And this is also an original formulation from high school that is from basically like the year 2003. Should I buy Jimmy Choo original? Oh, should I go Jimmy Choo or original Coach? If you're under 30, go Coach for Men original. If you're over 30, go with Jimmy Choo Man. Not Man Intense, Jimmy Choo Man. I'll have to check out that dupe. Thanks for the recommendation. Absolutely, Joe. Legion is phenomenal. I wouldn't recommend it unless I owned it. What is the best cheap designer to pick up from a brand people know? Best cheap designer to pick up from a brand people know. Versace Aero CDT, without question. I could recommend millions, but it's no point. Get Aero CDT and you'll get the most compliments you've ever had. Is Lalique the first house you've grabbed the entire line of? No. I now have the entire Bentley line. I have most of the Mercedes-Benz line. I have all of the YSL line. I have all of the Lalique line. And that's about it. Would Mancera Amora Cafe be a good school fragrance? Absolutely not. No. You do not want to smell like a caramel latte every day at school. You will basically smell like you work at a Starbucks. And, I mean, if you think that's good, cool, but that's not what girls will think. Girls will just think you work at Starbucks. They won't even know you have a fragrance on. Amora Cafe literally smells like Starbucks. Tried Celestial today. The scent reminds me of a female's natural body odor. Sweat, musky. Yes, I know it might be a strange description. If this smells like a woman, I need her in my life. If that smells like a woman, I want her. No, we just hit the 30-minute mark, Kale. I'm just finishing out the questions. We literally hit the 30-minute mark right now. Thank you, Greenlee, for the transcriptions. How's my self EDP and is it worth the $100? No. In order, the best YSL fragrances is YSL L'Homme, YSL La Nuit de l'Homme, YSL Y, and then there's another YSL I'm forgetting, and then YSL Myself. Go watch my full review on YSL Myself. I break it down quite heavily. Envy by FOMO is good? No, it's not worth it. Should I stick to Davidoff? Yeah, LT. Just wear Davidoff for the rest of your life. What is the best school fragrance specifically to pull women? Aero CDT, without question. Aeros EDT, without question. And then if you want some other interesting ones to pull chicks, Zanzibar will pull chicks in high school. Club de Nuit Milestone will pull chicks at school. Tuxedo DNA will pull chicks. YSL Tuxedo, that was the other one I was forgetting. L'Homme, La Nuit de l'Homme, Tuxedo, YSL Y, YSL Myself, in that order, best to worst. Maison Alhambra Kismet, that'll pull a lot of chicks at school. Now, we're just talking designers. We're not talking niche at all. If you really want to pull chicks, just get Eros EDT. And I'm going to keep saying it the entire stream as people keep asking about anything related to school. I'm just going to keep saying Eros EDT. I know you guys want to know all the nuances and all that, but if you're specifically asking me what will get me the maximum amount of women in high school, Eros EDT is always the only option. Everything else is cool, but that fragrance has been the most street-tested fragrance of all time and has always had a 90% or higher win rate versus every designer fragrance available. So just get YSL or just get Versace Eros EDT and call it a day. Thoughts on new YSL Elixir and thoughts on Bentley Azure. Bentley Azure is really nice, but in my opinion, Bentley Momentum Unlimited is better. Azure is worth the money. Bentley for Men Momentum Unlimited is better than Azure. And the new YSL Elixir is not worth the money. Thoughts on Allure Homme Edition Blanc. It's okay. Decent. I'm still an Allure Homme Sport guy. That will always be a much better DNA to me. Hey, listen, I don't love Eros EDT. I'm a 36-year-old man. I have Eros EDT because it's a staple in fragrance and you have to have it. And so I find myself wearing this maybe one day a month just to remind myself how good it is, because I still pull compliments even as a 36-year-old man whenever I wear this. But this is boy toy in a bottle. Chick magnet for 29 and under. It's not a matter of whether or not I love this. It's a matter of facts. If you're a kid and you're in school and you want to pull the maximum amount of compliments from women, this is the best fragrance over any designer that I own or that anyone else owns. This pulls more compliments than Dior Sauvage Elixir. And that fragrance comes in second place. This is all you need. If what you're asking me is scent bubble, I want chicks, I'm in school, this is what I'm going to give you every time. It's not a matter of what I love. It's not my decision. I'm telling you, I know that Eros EDT is the most complimented designer fragrance in FragCom. Anyone will tell you that. And so that's the answer. It's not, well, hey, here's 5 fragrances you should try. No, none of them beat Eros EDT. And Eros EDT is so affordable right now. $35, $40, 100 ml. Just call it a day. What is Club de Nuit Iconic like? It's Bleu de Chanel with much higher performance, a little less fresh, a little bit more metallic. So picture Bleu de Chanel, EDP, little bit more metallic, little less earthy fresh, but because of that, the synthetics for the metallic allow the fragrance to get you 10 plus hours of performance. It's a hell of a performance fragrance. What is the worst fragrance you've ever smelled? I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but one of the biggest fragrances I hate is Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. And after that is probably Tuscan Leather from Tom Ford. Should I blind buy Eros EDT? 100%. 100%. If there was ever a blind buy worthy fragrance in my collection or in anyone's collection, it's Eros EDT. You will wear that fragrance every day. You'll wear it to bed. You'll wear it out of the shower. You'll wear it on a date. You'll wear it to school. You'll wear it to work. Hell, you might even wear it to a funeral. What are some good Tonka sweet, fresh fragrances besides Eros? Le Male Elixir. Almost anything from the Jean Paul Gaultier line. Le Beau. Le Beau, Le Male, Ultramale, or Ultramale, Le Male Elixir, Halloween Man. Yeah. I have normal Assad and absolutely hate it. Is Zanzibar really much better? Zanzibar is nothing like, what is this called? This is Lattafa's Assad. This is Lattafa's Assad Zanzibar. Yeah. So they're not the same. The only thing similar about them is the bottle presentation. This is Sauvage Elixir with a twist. Vanilla spices, kind of a more Middle Eastern peppery spice with vanilla. This is a tropical fragrance. You put this on, and it smells somewhere between like Ultramale, Le Beau, and Ultramale, Le Beau, and Off Non 9 p.m. somewhere in the middle. If you're a 20-year-old or under, this is a nice tropical wear. Smooth, buttery vanilla, some fruits, some coconut, and some florals. Again, really close to Le Beau, Ultramale, and 9 p.m., but to me, it's smoother than all three together. Again, it's not a matter of if I like this fragrance. It's just, it's a sweet date night, playful chick magnet fragrance if you're a young guy. It's nothing like Assad. Sauvage Elixir is nothing like Jean Paul Gaultier. What are some good Tonka fragrances? I just went over that. I got an oil decant of a complex raspberry smoky oud oil. How is it, Joe? Michael Malal Ocean Noir is good. Okay. Hola, ¿qué onda, wey? Gracias, Mr. Nicolas. Second on Ocean Noir, I love mine. Nice. Thoughts on Allure Homme Edition Blanc? I already said it. I don't think it's worth the $130. No. Just get Allure Homme Sport and call it a day. In fact, you don't even need to spend the real money on Allure Homme Sport. You can get Greenlee. Quote me on this one, buddy. I believe, gosh, I'm like a savant sometimes. Just get Maison Alhambra. Greenlee, type out the Maison Alhambra Allure Homme Sport clone for these guys. Just buy what Greenlee types in the chat for $20 and call it a day. I think it's Alpine Sport, if I'm not mistaken. Can you wear Off Non Supremacy Collector's Edition in hot Miami weather? No. No, you can't, Henry.
People will say Supremacy Collector's Edition is an any season, any reason fragrance. And it is, but it is not a hot weather fragrance. In spring and summer, it still has to not be super hot to pull it off. It is a cold weather fragrance and a cooler weather fragrance. There has to be a breeze in the air for it to work in hot climates. Can you wear Supremacy Collector's? Blah, 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 blah. That was Momentum Unlimited, yes. You didn't like Wild Card from Joe Milano. Did you try anything from the house that you liked? Not yet, Johnny. Not yet. In fact, when I go to Neiman Marcus, that's the only house that I haven't smelled the entire line from. Nothing has stood out to me so far. Really high quality fragrance, very respectable, but they're kind of like the Chanel exclusive line. There's 100 million fragrances and they all smell so unique. Figuring out which one is worth the money has been a little bit of a challenge for me. Thank you for what you do. Anytime, NYC, anytime. What do you think of, and again, I'm sorry guys, I answer people's questions thoroughly. That's why I'm behind. I don't sugarcoat or shortcut anybody on their questions. So I apologize. I don't know how far down the list I am, but I'm going as fast as I can. What do you think of Latafa? By the way, guys, questions close up in 1 minute. So post your last minute questions and then I got to leave in 5 minutes. And this will legitimately be a 5 minute because we're already over schedule. What do you think of Latafa Jasur? Is it close to Coral Fantasy? It's close, maybe like 85%. What about Jean-Paul Gomi? Never tried it, LT. Haven't tried it. Yeah, Alpine Sport. Thank you, SoCal. Missoni Wave is also great in similar vein. Eros EDT or Eros Energy. If you like Eros Energy and you've actually smelled it, don't get Eros Energy. Instead of Eros Energy, get Armaf Pre-Show 1. This is exactly like Eros Energy, but smells way more expensive and less and no synthetics. Eros Energy has a syntheticness to the pineapple lemon vibrancy, and it makes it smell young. Don't get Eros Energy, get Armaf Pre-Show 1, and what was the other fragrance that you got? And Eros EDT is always worth the money. Also, is Mancera Instant Crush good for summer fragrance teen? 100%. Eros EDT is good for any weather, any age, any occasion. It's a must-have in your collection. If you could only have 5 fragrances in your entire life, Eros EDT would be in your top 3 for anyone. I don't care how old you are. If you own a lot of fragrances, you might have a different opinion, but not with the ladies. The ladies have notoriously said that out of any designer fragrance in the world, they prefer to smell Eros EDT on a man. Even over the Eau de Parfum and the Parfum, which the Parfum smells better, the EDP lasts longer, but the EDT is the most complimented fragrance in designer category. And you will still get 10 hours plus with the EDT. Eros EDT is one of the only EDTs that gives you 10 hours plus of performance. Absolutely, SoCal. Thanks for answering our questions. Catch you in the next one. Absolutely. Appreciate your feedback. It's always super hot here, so I'm always looking for a fresh fragrance. Yeah, I mean, some great hot weather performers, real quick. Maison Alhambra African Leather, Afro Leather is an incredible hot weather performer for just super high level signature niche smelling fragrance. Hot weather, Mancera Vetiver Sensual, Versace Eros EDT, Lalique Insumi, Halloween Man EDT, Bentley for Men Black Edition, Mercedes-Benz Intense, Lalique White, Lalique Equus, Acqua di Gio Armani Eau de Parfum, Ferragamo Bright Leather, FOMO Fragheads Asylum, Club de Nuit Iconic, and I know I'm going fast, but you're just going to have to skip to the end of this video when it posts online, and you can hear me retake these fragrances. Other hot weather fragrances: Tarathi Blue, Bulgari Tigar DNA, Valencia Uomo Intense, clone of Valentino Uomo Intense, works well in hot weather. Imagination clone, Sahib Intense from Ardal Zafran, very nice warm weather fragrance. Latafa Sucrat, very good Acqua di Gio Profumo, works well in hot weather. Vibrant Vetiver Delight, Ball de Freak from Byredo clone, 9.5 out of 10, very good hot weather fragrance. Armaf Très Nuit, Calvin Klein Defy, Calvin Klein CK Everyone, Banana Republic Arctic Slate, Nautica Voyage, Rasasi Hawass, Banana Republic 90 Pure White, Banana Republic Metal Rain, Banana Republic Grassland, Banana Republic Vintage Green 78, Banana Republic Modern Man, Emperor Intimation. Those are all incredible hot weather performers. Another one, Bentley Momentum Intense. Mont Blanc Starwalker, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, Mont Blanc Legend Blue. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton. Favorite decant website is scentdecant.com. You can get 1 to 2 mLs that come with atomizers, and every purchase you get from scentdecant.com will come with a 15 to 30% off discount from every individual decant you get. So if the decant is like $6, it'll cost you like $4. And they'll mark off $2 to $3 off of every decant. So they're the cheapest decants in the world. And then on top of that, most websites where you get like a 1 or 2 ml don't come with atomizers. They come with caps, and you have to like pour it on your skin. All of their 1 to 2 mLs come with an actual sprayer, so you have enough juice to spray the test strip and wear it for 1 day very well. When you're buying decants, you don't want to be forced to get a 5, 10, 15, or 20 ml because you're trying to try the fragrance. So you want to spend the least amount of money as humanly possible so that you can save your money so that the fragrance you actually do want to buy, you can afford it after the decants. So like, you don't want to spend a lot of money on decants. You want to spend the least amount of money, which means you want the 1 or 2 ml bottles because they're going to be the cheapest. But a lot of times you don't get the full wearing experience on a 1, 2 ml decant because they don't come with atomizers. So what are you going to do? Pour it on your wrist? That's not a full wearing experience. You need to spray the fragrance on your clothes, on skin, on a test strip, and the atomizer allows you to do that. There's a couple other websites that do have atomizers on their 1 or 2 mLs, but they don't have the 15 to 30% off of every single individual decant. The only reason I go outside of Scent Decant is if Scent Decant doesn't carry a decant of a specific fragrance I'm looking for, and that's where I go to all of the other websites: Lucky Scent, Scent Split, Decant X, Micro Perfumes, etc. But 99% of my decant buying is scentdecant.com. Best deals, atomizers on the 1, 2 ml, very wide selection. Every order comes in less than 5 days, 5 business days. They're all labeled, very nice packaging quality and all that. So highly recommend it. Yeah, again, if you can't find it on Scent Decant, then all of the other websites are the same to me. So as far as price, production, shipping, all that, then you just shop around to any of those websites to try and find who actually carries the fragrance that you're looking for. But between Lucky Scent, Scent Split, Decant X, Micro Perfumes, all that stuff, all of them are the same. They just carry different batches. So you can go to anyone that carries what you have, and at that point, you're paying virtually the same price. Some fragrance houses look cheaper, but their shipping is a lot, and vice versa. So yeah, Scent Decant is the best. Yeah, absolutely. You'll enjoy it. Great breakdown of every question. Great knowledge on frags. Thanks. First time viewing, you had to sub. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Listen, just to give you guys a quick synopsis of the channel, if you guys have never been here before, we go and do Q&As about 3 to 4 times a week, late at night. I drop episodes every single day. So every day between 6 in the morning and 10 a.m., a new episode drops on a full review of a fragrance. I have a fragrance game show. I collaborate with a lot of up-and-coming fragrance reviewers. I do resource guides, full house breakdowns. Many days a week, I post 2 videos because I have so many videos pre-recorded and loaded up in the queue. So like today, I posted 2 videos for my viewers just to hook them up. I have a membership program coming soon that will allow anyone, as long as they're willing to pay for shipping, it'll allow anyone to decant any fragrance from my collection virtually for free. So you're really only paying for shipping, and you could pick any fragrance from niche to designer to clone and try them every month. And we'll be sending out large batches. So there's just a lot going on with this channel. Ton of free content. I don't offer exclusive paid content. Everything I have is for free for everybody who does a free sub. But then we have other features and stuff going on that will allow you guys to actually take fragrances from my collection way more affordable than other websites and stuff like that. I only talk about fragrances I own. So, I own about 150 to 200 bottles, and I own about 200 decants of original DNAs to every fragrance on my shelf. So if I say this is 90% close to Black Orchid, it isn't because I went to some store and smelled it one time on a test strip and I'm trying to compare. I show people this all the time. This is a good chunk of my fragrance collection, about 25 bottles per shelf, ranging from niche designer down to clone. So I have a good amount here. And then as you guys can see, when I tell you guys I have hundreds of decants, I really do. There's like 30 just in here. And it's pretty much in every drawer. So, when you ask me how's Instant Crush, how's 8 and Bob Egypt, how's Elite Roja Elysium, what's your favorite Initio fragrances, what's your favorite Creed, Chanel, Amouage, Tom Ford, all of that, they're all in decants in that utility shelf, and I use those to compare to all the clones you see behind me. I do have a good amount of niche, a hell of a lot of designer, and a hell of a lot of clones. I don't really have a lot of fragrances in my collection that are blind buy. I always go out to the store and smell everything. I have a niche house that carries every niche designer. I have all designer carriers around here. So you guys know, like, several times a week when you guys see the hot take videos, it's because I literally just walked out of the store and I'm trying fragrances live. So what we're going to try to do this month is I'm going to try to go to Neiman Marcus and get in with a rep there. And I'm actually going to try to do a tour of Arizona's Neiman Marcus so you guys can see how I go into Neiman Marcus and evaluate fragrances, talk to reps, get free samples, critique fragrances, chat it up, just fun stuff. There's a lot going on. So I appreciate you guys for joining up. I'm going to answer these real quick and then sign off. Any good clones of Killian Black Phantom? There's not any insane clones of Black Phantom, but there is one. It might be Scepter Wraith, maybe. If Scepter Wraith is not correct, just go to Google and type by Killian Black Phantom clone, and there's like 2 fragrances that'll come up. Both of them are about 80 to 85% close, but there's none in the 9 category for that. So just tread with caution. Can you recommend something similar to Givenchy Play Intense? You mean Givenchy Pie, Michael? Do you like Moscow Mule by Paris Corner? It's really nice. Absolutely. That shelf, where do you find that? I can't find anything with a vertical grid on the back. Well, if you go on Amazon, um, if you go on Amazon, you can type shelving, and on Amazon you can build your shelf. So pretty affordably, you know, less than like 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks, depending on how many shelves you have. So like this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can pick how many shelves you want, what color you want, what metal you want, if you want an industrial look, if you want an IKEA look, and you can build your shelving on Amazon. So that's my recommendation for that. Spectre Wraith. Yeah, there you go. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys for tuning in with me. I might go live tomorrow. If not, we'll definitely go live on Thursday. But either way, love you guys. Appreciate all the feedback. Thank you, Greenlee, for both moderating and transcribing. Thank you guys for all my regular attenders who just keep the chat live and answer questions for people while I'm, you know, delayed on going through the questions. We've got a ton of stuff coming. I have another like 30 fragrances coming in this week. So I keep thinking I'm going to finish my full-fledged reviews, but I'm realizing I'm going to have to start putting in my concept videos, just inject them into the flow of traffic so you guys can get some other content other than long-form reviews. But a lot of new fragrances coming in, a lot of niche, some new collabs coming this weekend. You guys will hear the new Scent Bubble introduction music and animation. So in a couple days, you guys will hear me make the announcement of the new sound effects and the new intro for the channel, which you guys will see every episode updated. And just a lot going on, man. Really appreciate you guys. Love y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed night, man. Peace.